Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
And I'm Johnny 5.
And why are you Johnny 5? Wait, welcome back. Why are you Johnny 5 tonight?
Because there were the 5 people on the team for the Guardians of the Galaxy, which we saw last night. It was awesome.
We saw it last night?
Yeah, remember? We saw it last night, and then I came in and crashed on the TARDIS couch. Then I woke up and it was time for the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm having weird jet lag, and I don't know why.
First you gotta learn how to drive.
Apparently. By the way, guys, hashtag TARDIS couch. Can we talk about...
I thought you wanted... What was your hashtag? Not TARDIS.
Oh,
OMG couch.
hashtag OMG couch.
OMG couch. That's what it is.
First time you see this episode, just tweet at the Geeks Corner, hashtag OMG couch, and then a link to this video, and nothing else.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
We've been working on this for months.
Ever since we moved into the studio, that has been in
just
progress.
a project that
Mainly sitting over there that we look at every week because we're filming this, wishing it were over here. So finally this afternoon I had enough and pulled out the
courtesy
glue and the
of you and me and it's okay. Knocked his hat off.
It was a group project.
This was courtesy of you, me, and John.
Yeah.
And a lot of the painting, I think, was courtesy Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Annie.
detail painting was courtesy Annie.
Yeah.
And then this was courtesy FedEx, but...
yeah. And then Haley got us the
cushions?
She
or
got
the fabric?
us the fabric, and then I glued it.
And the
So we'll see
light...
how that works.
Can you guys...
No, they can't see the light.
Oh, it's not in the frame.
It might be in the corner.
Can you... Oh, they can see that it's lighting up, though.
No way.
There's a functioning light on the top of the TARDIS couch, and that's courtesy of Ace Hardware.
There we go.
Who were very instrumental. And all the lumber courtesy of Home Depot. Like, this was just a massive thing.
And everywhere where we went, people helped us with ideas of how to do it, and so it just kept getting bigger and heavier throughout the process.
Finding the one nerd in Home Depot is the best thing you can They're just like, yeah, we're building a TARDIS couch, and one guy's like, oh, okay, well, here's your wood, and the next guy's like, what? That's awesome. That guy's cool.
Go find him again,
right?
And tell him
and
it's actually on the air.
Here's the link. Go look. Yeah.
4 months later. So
5 reasons.
Moving right along.
We need to budget more time for the 5 reasons.
No, we don't.
Forever.
Yeah. So there was a picture that went up on the internet this last week that showed Chris Pratt. Do you know who that is?
Was he Guardians of the Galaxy?
Star-Lord,
and he was Emmett.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, he had no other career up until those 2 movies.
Well, he was in. What's the other thing he's in?
Is he the guy who popularized when like you pretend to fall, but
no,
you do it safely,
he's
like
in
the Pratt
TV
fall?
show. What is
Parks
he
and Recreation.
He's in Parks and Recreation.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Yes,
Thank you.
I did hear about that.
So anyway, somebody photoshopped his face onto an Indiana Jones picture, and it looked awesome. And so the question then became, would he make a good Indiana Jones for the next Indiana Jones? Because you have to assume at some point Disney's going to reboot it.
You have to.
Reboot it.
Wow.
Reboot.
Reboot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because he plays the everyman really well, and I don't think Indiana Jones is an everyman.
I think he can do it.
I think he could do it.
Here's
it would
my,
be a very
here's my
weird
logic
departure
jump
for him.
is Star-Lord was a lot like Han Solo. Harrison Ford, Han Solo.
What? He played Han Solo too? Wow.
So you could make the quick jump over. And really, like, if you take it from Parks and Recreation to Guardians of the Galaxy, completely different character. So I think the guy can... He's kind of a sloth. Like, he sits on the couch and he plays video games and really doesn't do a whole lot.
To be fair, would that not be who Star-Lord was if he never was Star-Lord?
No, because he was still going and stealing stuff and had his missions and had his computer.
I would say I think the actor could do it. I think it would take a while for audiences to be okay with it.
Well, judging from the reaction to my article, I would disagree.
All right.
Because most people jumped on board with it. But who would you pick instead?
I'd go with someone who could pull off more of the like rugged adventurer,
Mm-hmm.
someone like Tobey Maguire or Zac Efron. I'd go for. I'm totally kidding, guys. Do not send me hate mail. No, I don't have a better pick. Bradley Cooper was one that was thrown around a while ago, I think. I don't know that I would pick him more or less. I don't know. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't spend my nights thinking who should play Han Solo or Indiana Jones. Indiana Solo? I don't know.
Well, it's a good question. I agree.
It is a good question.
I am seeing in the comments that people are used to Harrison Ford. Completely agree.
What about Dennis Quaid? Because I confuse those two all the time. They look similar. Like when they're not in.
Here's the other thing with
action films.
Chris Pratt is: have you seen any of the pictures of him from Jurassic World?
No.
He's definitely moving towards that rugged
Action hero.
comedic action hero. Is what I'm going to say.
Brendan Fraser. It was
Wow,
in The
we're
Mummy.
just
He did a
crashing
great
with
job in
that.
The Mummy.
No, I can't even stand watching him.
Anywho.
All right, seriously though, in the comments, let us know who you think should be the next Indiana Jones, because it's inevitable. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Harrison Ford do a movie or two more.
Yeah.
Just as long as you can hold on to him, do it.
Right.
And then you can go back in time and reboot the series. Yeah.
Yeah, what, do an alternate universe thing?
Sure.
Have young Indiana Jones like
Save the
Skype
Vulcans.
with old Indiana Jones through the time warp thing.
I think he used ham radio.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Big Hero 6 is coming to the parks.
Yeah, what does
Where
that
do you think
mean?
it should go?
Innoventions. It should
Really?
go in. It should go in Innoventions, and it should replace the Awesemo.
See, and I totally thought they're going to put it in the Stargate.
What is coming? What is Big Hero 6? Like when you
It's
say
the
it's
movie.
okay. No, it's based on the comic
Baymax
book.
and Hero are coming too.
Okay, so it's a
the
meet
boy
and greet, it's
and
character.
the big giant robot. Right?
Yeah, I could see
Right.
it in the meet and greet that was in the Starcade for Wreck-It Ralph.
That's kind of where
That
I think they'll
location.
put it.
Yeah.
That would be my hunch. But in a perfect world, they would do it up above there, in that big area that's been empty for years,
with
Yeah.
the X-wing,
and then make it like an immersive thing where you go through the
San
villain's lair,
Francisco.
and then you finally Can you say that fast?
San Francisco.
Good job.
Yeah.
I can't. But I'd like to see it up there somewhere new.
Sounds good.
You don't know anything
Or-
about this, do
I
you?
know nothing about this. Or put it in Toontown in Chippendale's Treehouse, also in the upstairs.
Absolutely. How about Star Wars instead?
Star Wars.
So they announced.
That's a movie.
Did you hear that Bob Iger announced that Star Wars is going to have a much bigger presence in the park next
Nope.
week? Okay. So Star Wars is going to have a much bigger presence in the park next year they're going to announce it.
I was about to say
And,
next week sounds like
I
such a
wish
limited
next
thing,
week.
right?
So-
want it now, Iger.
If the sky is the limit, where do you add Star Wars?
Or is the Skywalker the limit?
That's not the question. You're getting size from all of the staff.
All of them. If the sky's the limit.
What would you like to see? What would you like to?
Well, okay. From the beginning, I've always wanted to see at least like half of Star Tours be the old Star Tours.
I think that'd be
Where you
cool. Or
have that
just
option.
one thing, but that's looking
Yeah,
back. How
That's
about
looking back. Looking
forward?
Forward.
Because I could see them using the space above Tomorrowland, kind of where the People Mover was.
Okay.
Rip it completely out and make something entirely new.
Using the
That's
same
much faster.
route, if not the same track.
Well, I think they're gonna have to redo the track, whatever they do, because it's been sitting there forever, and I just can't imagine that being safe.
Can we take out Autopia? Is it time for
Sure,
us
you
to
can
take
do
out
whatever
Autopia?
you want. This is
Let's take
Blue
out
sky.
Autopia.
take out Autopia.
Out of it.
Put it up there.
And if you wanted a fast ride, you do kind of, and I might have Murray check me on this. There's a Pony Express ride at Knott's where you're like riding on a thing. Do that, but with the speeders in
I can see that.
in Endor, and then you kind
okay.
of have that area.
How does it keep you on?
Well, it's a seatbelt.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's harnesses.
harness, but you're
I haven't
you're
been to
mostly
Knott's
like
in
riding a
kilometers.
motorcycle kind of thing. So
Okay.
one of the that would be a fast ride.
Well, why couldn't you do that up above?
Because
that
you want
would
to do the
just
trees.
totally
You want to
be
do the
free.
tree stuff.
No, through the trees.
Well, you could, but then it would be like trees indoor and like dark ride, and that's okay, I guess. But if you can do real trees around the
Okay.
lake thing, that'd be cool too.
That'd be
I
cool.
don't know. You can. I don't know if it's time to take out Finding Nemo, but you could do a thing in there. I'm just saying, if the sky's the limit.
Yeah, you could just change the submarines to make them that thing from episode 1 that they go underwater with
Because I
I
wasn't a fan
on
of
the moon,
much in episode 1, but that
and
sequence
they
was
get
kind of
attacked.
cool.
It's the same thing.
And they go
that's in-
through the planet's liquid core. which apparently is cold in that world.
Victor
instead of,
Kong
like,
on
burning
the
hot.
live stream is saying turn Tarzan's treehouse into Jar Jar Binks' summer tree home.
Is there a way to kick people off of the live stream?
No, but
Are you
that's
sure?
really
Can we
funny.
look into that?
Couldn't be any worse than Tarzan's treehouse, could it?
True.
Yeah, it would be. I'd like to see a simulator that is.
They should make a simulator for Star Wars. We should find a
No.
Go for it.
No, that isn't just the screen in front, but is more. You never went to Star Trek: The Experience, did you?
Yeah, I did. Both of them.
So you remember the one where you're in the shuttlecraft, and it was like a mix between
And
the
it opened
shuttlecraft
up,
and it
you're
was like in.
Back to the Future.
Well, it reminded me of Soaring Over California because you had the dome, and
But it's an inverted dome.
and it was throwing you around everywhere. I would like to see
I was thinking more
get
like
rid of Star Tours and put that kind of Star Tours in.
I was thinking like the Borg, where you have the person on the thing and then they get taken off.
Ooh,
Or, like, beamed
totally
out.
immersive.
Yeah.
And you have to escape the Death Star.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
See?
Yeah,
Call us, Disney.
exactly.
We get these ideas. Ah,
And you could do themed meals with that too,
right?
because you could be eating and have.
You could eat sliced sandworm or something.
Well, you could eat in the cantina.
Yeah.
And you could have all the immersive stuff.
I can just see like the neon sign, the Sarlacc pit. The Sarlacc pit.
Here's what it feels like to be digested.
Gross.
If you have any other real Star Wars ideas, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think they should do. I'd like to see more immersive stuff that's not projection. Like if they're going to do projection, I want to see it on a much bigger scale than just a screen.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see some unique ideas. I think I would prefer it being the original trilogy and the new trilogy, and not so much of the prequels. But that's just me. So now
Got weird ideas.
Huh?
I got one weird idea.
Go for it.
Do you remember the old school put in a quarter and you can control like Jungle Cruise boats?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do that, but you have two ends of like an arena, and everyone over there is the Empire, and everyone over there is the Rebellion, and you're controlling like AT-ATs and
That'd be fun.
like X-wings and stuff
Would it
like
be
that.
would it be a projected thing, holographic thing, or would it be?
I'm thinking like
like
make
actual little
physical
robots?
things. Yeah.
That'd be kinda
Like
cool.
they're on like a little wheel
Mhm.
thing that drives them, but they're articulated.
Yeah.
But they're not like trying to stand up because everyone knows.
So the
how
other
far-
option we didn't even talk about is what if they just put it where like Toy Story lot is, and they just made a Star Wars theme park. You could have like Star Wars parades, and because
you can park in Luke.
there's
Leia.
pretty much now a parade in every Star Wars movie
Yeah, there is.
at some point. Like some of them are funerals, but
You do what you can.
but they went right down with the movie, so it was okay.
Organs.
They should have a Porkins area.
Porkins hot dogs.
Porkins beans.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'd be fantastic. Yeah.
We have another topic. Let's move on. Let's find something to move on to.
This topic is sad.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So yesterday, you wanted to move on.
I did.
Robin Williams died at 63 years old,
Mhm.
and it turns out he hung himself with a belt, and so we thought it would be a good time to talk about our favorite Robin Williams moments, movies, all of that kind of stuff. Do you want to lead off?
For me, it's all about Mrs. Doubtfire and Hook.
Mhm.
Are two of my absolute favorite just movies of all time. Plus, like within the Robin Williams canon. What?
You can't read comments while we're talking about this.
What? Okay, go for it.
Meet and greet Ewoks, except all you really do is dress up the Frontierland goats as teddy bears.
Goats are creepy, guys. Goats are real creepy. Goat
Thank you,
Simulator's coming to
Victor.
iPhone. Anyway,
Back to
Yes.
Robin Williams. I won't look at this anymore.
please don't.
Okay,
Get that
it's
out.
gone.
So your favorite... Oh, also, favorite Robin Williams moment is him showing up on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh yeah, that
Yes.
Like, that was
Yeah.
just epic
Yeah.
on every level. So.
that was fantastic. I think Hook is definitely really far up there.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of a favorite moment. I actually really like the end of Hook, when he's climbing back up and he's trying to get back into the house, and he's still a little bit of Peter Pan, and he's a little bit of Peter Panning as he's re-entering the family world. That one's fantastic.
I don't think I remember. I need to go back and watch Hook again. I haven't seen it in years.
It's on Netflix and Hulu, so you should be fine.
I'll do it tonight while I'm editing this.
I think it would be remiss if we didn't bring up Aladdin, because I don't think Aladdin would be anything without, actually wouldn't have been anything without Robin Williams, because he's the one that really brought it to life and took a normal Disney movie and really elevated it and added a lot of energy and humor.
Just
and
off the wall improv.
Yeah, I mean,
on the spot.
And then just, he was always helping people from what I hear in charities and all of that stuff too. So it's sad to see a guy struggle that much who brings so much happiness to so many people. And so our hats go off to them and all of his family and
can
friends.
We actually not just say it, but do it? Well, come on.
No.
But Jack's hat goes off for no one, but metaphorically speaking.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really a loss, I think. And as I'm speaking, I also think of Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh yeah.
Love that one.
Yeah.
That one was definitely instrumental too. And really, we do a lot with puppets and voices and stuff like that. And really, you can trace a lot of those origins to Good Morning Vietnam and Mrs. Doubtfire, when he has those segments where he's just playing. And I think everybody...
I don't think Ted has anything to do with
you'd
Mrs. Doubtfire.
You'd be surprised.
Just put those two voices in your head for a second. No idea.
But, you'd watch him play, and it was inspiring, and you watch all of the tributes out there, and there's a whole generation of comedians that really were following his lead and all of that stuff.
I believe Josh Gad's performance as Olaf was inspired by Robin Williams' performance as Gene.
Was.
That is true.
So, I mean, we even have new generations of Disney being inspired by Robin Williams.
Yeah, and that's really pretty impressive as well. We'd love to hear your favorite moments, your favorite movies, your favorite clips, whatever it is. It's a good time to share those things and think of the happy stuff and not the not so good stuff, because a bad ending doesn't mean it was a bad journey. So hopefully some good comes out of this, and hopefully help some other people along the way in the future as well. Anything else?
I think that very adequately
perfect
wraps it up. Yes.
So we're going to end as we ended last week, but seemed to go over pretty well, of looking around the parks, what's coming up at Disneyland Resort. We're not going to try to do all those other parks because there's too much. So on Thursday, August 14th, you can start buying your D23 Expo tickets and spend a lot of money. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Do you want to go rapid fire back and forth?
Sure.
Cool. August 15th, final day of 2014 Disneyland All-American College Band.
And I believe Murray and I will be there for sure. And
so if you go see them, you will see them.
Exactly.
And them. These two with the two.
Mm-hmm. Labor Day weekend is the Disneyland Half Marathon, so it will be insanely busy that weekend. So just be aware.
Also, it's a holiday weekend, so it'll be busy. September 12th is Dapper Day. Didn't we just do that? We just did one.
There's two of them.
Why? Why isn't Dapper Day every day? Why do we
like
make this a different thing?
Dapper. Also on that day is Halloween time beginning at Disneyland. Parties will start a few weeks later. You can get your tickets, and that's always a fun thing, I guess, at Disneyland.
And also on that day, but a month later, October 12th, is the Chuck Walk.
That wouldn't be that day, but
no,
yes.
It would be just a month later. For the same day, like 30 days later.
And we do have a team for DAPs Magic, so check it out, join it. I know we
get a silly
people
hat.
Walking already. Wear a silly hat. If you want to, wear a bow tie. You can get them on the website, dapsmagic.com, and then click on the picture of me in a bow tie. And
all the pictures are of you in a bow tie.
Well, there's the one in the side icon, or the side widget area.
So click the side bow tie, not the middle bow tie or the top bow tie.
But you'll see, it says Haley the Hatter, and she makes every one of them by hand, and they're fantastic, and they are fit to each individual neck. So, that's all we've got for you that's coming up. We will look further on into the future next week. Take a moment to subscribe, to share, to comment, all of that fun stuff. Find us on Facebook, and
if you're not, subscribe also to the Primordial Penguins channel, because there's a lot of stuff going up on that as well.
We got some new stuff going up on that, and that's exciting as well. So with that, I think that is about all the time we have for this week. So we'll see you around the corner.
Geek out!